Good morning, everyone. So the big event yesterday, the testimony on Capitol Hill of the former FBI director, seems to have turned out to be a non-event. Time will tell. The market was, for the most part, a non-event. If you were anticipating it was going to make a big move one way or the other, which was certainly a possibility, and it didn't. However, there were things moving of interest, which we'll take a look at. As things are shaping up here, it does look like this market can go higher yet. And should it be able to do that into next week, things are going to line up where we're going to get our first sell signal since the November 6th low when I wrote in our subscriber letters to look for an end-of-year rally. So we've been on that buy since then with some short-term concerns that the market would pull back, of course, normal during an uptrend, but at this point, if the market will push higher into next week, I think things will line up and we'll get that sell signal, but that's yet to be seen. So let's see where things are at here. S&P futures, they were lower, as you can see. Well, let's start. This was yesterday's day. It was up and it came down from resistance. We've got a little bit of a gap lower after the futures reopened and, back up to the high. You can see that here on the intraday chart, and it's just chopping sideways here. So overall, it's really bullish price action, meaning, it's going sideways here after moving far from the 20 MA and had the initial strong move. Start of another move in the consolidation. And what I wrote about in the most recent Monday letter was the possibility of a measured move higher and prices pushing up toward 24.48-ish. And so we'll see. We'll see if that happens. And right now, the price action suggests that, it's a good possibility. NASDAQ. Again, just churning here, but acting well, meaning it's had this move up. It's got a wide range bar. It's just going sideways. It hasn't even violated, the prior day's low. It did momentarily here. Can go higher. Everything's, looking good, although it's a grinder right now. Oil continues to, it's weak. It's into some support here. A few buyers. It's it's going to become a really big focal point here. You can see now it's starting to take on the shape of a rounding top here, but we've got this support in the 44-ish, to $42 area, and if it breaks down through here, the implications of that are pretty serious. I mean, you can say, well, it's good, cheap oil, but on the other hand, like everything else, it's about supply and demand. And if there's no demand for oil, what does that say about the economy? And while that's certainly helping the transports, and you can see the move off of the 200, which we spoke about, and it's holding up well, there are good and bad things going on out there, and I suppose there always are. But, when we're looking for the potential for the end of a upward rally here, you got to keep an eye on a bunch of things to see when they all come together. And as I said, we'll see if that happens next week. If the transports can push higher, essentially we're going to have markets firing on all cylinders. Bonds, pulling back here from resistance. Not much here more to say. We've been looking at this and looking if it could possibly break out, and it hasn't. Now, overall, well, the market was boring yesterday per se, and not much movement while that testimony was going on. We had the Russell making a move, which has just been in this range for the longest time, but yesterday was a big day. That's setting up for a breakout to new all-time highs if they can get that going. In addition, we had financials, which, I've spoken to you about this potential head and shoulders top, and it's been able to hold up here. And the other thing that I said was if this fails and can move through this area, typically, historically, this kind of a pattern on a weekly chart has a large move higher. So with that being said, and looking at a few things, one of the stocks that typically leads certainly is not, but it would, I would suspect it would get going. And on the other hand, the one that never leads, is lags, over the last year or so is Citibank, and it moved above this resistance yesterday, and it looks great to move higher. So that's an idea. I am liking the financials here, with that price action. The ETF itself has not broken out of here, but it certainly looks like it's going to do that. So we're going to keep an eye on that. And Citibank right now is the leader. And what else here? The FANG stocks are doing a lot of nothing here today. So maybe the money's just going to sit there and do nothing. And some of it's going to, move into financials. And in addition, bottoming out is steel. So it's got some work to do, but breakdown failure, wide range bar yesterday, and you've got X starting to turn up here, and UE. This is one that we're going to have a play in today, and we're going to have a put spread on X, and there was something else I wanted to look at with you. Anyway. That's quite a number of things. We've looked at gold. Oh, yeah, the gold stocks. The GDX kind of looked like it could do a 1 through 3 higher. It backed off from there. So just got an alert up there. We'll see it. We'll see if it can get going. And, NEM looks pretty good out of the sector, but, it's got to clear this area right here. But look at the wide range bar up. You can see the bottoming that's going on here. So we're keeping an eye on a lot of things that are potentially setting up here. And, maybe this market can get exciting with, many opportunities across the various sectors rather than, just the technology and FANG stocks. That's it for me, guys. Have a great weekend. We'll talk on Monday, and have a great day trading.